Hello and welcome to TTV News with some latest events in Tây Ninh province. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Võ Văn Dũng, Secretary of Trang Bang Party Committee, met with the Steering Committee for COVID-19 Prevention and Control in the afternoon of November the 8th to discuss pandemic prevention and control in the new situation in Trang Bang.
According to the report, the frequency of SARS-CoV-2 cases in Trang Bang has recently increased. Trang Bang documented 538 illnesses between October 11 and November 7, mostly focused on companies, rapid test workers to enter the firm to work, and people from industrial parks in other localities who return with difficult to identify sources of infection. The COVID-19 Prevention and Control Steering Committee in Trang Bang acted quickly to begin tracking, joining, and controlling the outbreaks. In addition, Trang Bang increased COVID-19 immunization coverage to 95.93% for 154,510 persons aged 18 and above.
Tây Ninh province has launched a vaccination program against COVID-19 for high school students on November the 9th. This time, more than 2,000 students aged between 16 and under 18 are vaccinated against COVID-19 in Duong Minh Chau district.
To provide adequate immunization facility, the Province Department of Education and Training collaborated with the health sector to set up 2 injection locations in Duong Minh Chau district, including Duong Minh Chau High School and Winterburn High School. Furthermore, the Department of Education and Training requires schools to schedule suitable vaccination times for students in different classes to avoid congestion. An injection location must rigorously comply with COVID-19 prevention and control measures. Ladies and gentlemen, Deputy Prime Minister Vũ Đức Đam recently signed Decision 34, which mandates electronic identification and authentication using the National Population Database, Citizen Identity Database, and National Immigration Database. As a result, Vietnamese resident electronic identity include personal identification number, last name, middle name, and first name, date of birth, sex, photograph, and fingerprint. The electronic identification of a foreigner comprises the following information: passport number of international travel document number, last name, middle name, and first name, date of birth, sex, nationality, portrait photo, and fingerprint, if any. To carry out administrative activities in the electronic environment, an individual electronic identity account must use the electronic identity used by the Ministry of Public Security. The usage of electronic identity accounts generated by the Ministry of Public Security Electronic Identification and Authentication System to carry out administrative operations in the electronic environment should be decided by the Public Service Portal Management Agency. The Decision 34 goes into effect on November 9, 2021. Individuals' electronic identity accounts from through the National Public Service Portal or the Ministerial and Provincial Public Service Portal before November 9, 2021 must be validated with the Ministry of Public Security Electronic Identity before January 1, 2023. If the National, Ministerial, and Provincial Public Service Portal are not ready to connect to the Ministry of Industry Electronic Identification and Authentication System Security, the creation of an account to carry out administrative procedure in the electronic environment can continue to use the electronic identity because the e-identification provider have connected and integrated with the Identity Exchange platform from November 9, 2021 to before January 1, 2022.
Continuing to implement the financial support policy for businesses, implementing the One Road to Destination production plan, Tây Ninh Provincial Labour Confederation, in collaboration with the Trade Union of Tây Ninh Provincial Economic Zone, awarded funding to support Poly Vietnam Co. Limited in the afternoon of November 8, 2021, totaling more than 1.3 billion Vietnam dong.
The enterprise will offer healthy meals for union members and staff at a rate of $1 million per person. With this financing in order to share difficulties with firms who are resuming production following the temporary stoppage, working to prevent and manage the COVID-19 pandemic. Police Vietnam Co. Ltd. based in Phước Đông Industrial Park now employs 1,370 people under the one road to destination option, accounting for 30% of the company's total workforce. The firm has received a total financing of 1,370 million Việt Nam đồng. Implementing the model Tân district cadre and body members as a self-rep and follow on course example. The propaganda and training division of the district party committee is planning the renting of car reading capital to families of the three body members in Torres circumstance on November 9, 2021. This is the second time the funding has been handed over this year. There are two members of the Thanh Moon Party Committee and one member of the Minh Chau Party Committee. Each family of impoverished party members and party member in difficult circumstances is entitled to a capital of 20 million Việt Nam đồng to acquire breeding cows and fattening cows. The capital support term is 24 months and there is no interest. After 24 months, party member households must return their capital, so that the propaganda and training division of the Minh District Party Committee can continue to consider and support capital for impoverished party members' families and other disadvantaged party members in the district. It is reported that the division has adopted a plan distributing capital to help impoverished party members and party members in tough situations in 2020.
The audience, counterfeit goods, copycat items, and intellectual property infringement is a terrible problem for the entire community. It has an impact on consumers' health and finance, diminishes consumer trust in the openness of the product market, and harm the image of real producers, etc. This is not only the responsibility of state management agencies, but businesses also play a very important role.
Asian goods and low-quality goods are currently available in many segments of the market, including grocery store and even attempting to niche and blend into supermarket in cities and provinces around the world. Because of the attention of the local administration, attractive circumstances for investment and business have been created. Many enterprises in Tây Ninh have rapidly invested in and enhanced the province's traditional goods. Typically, not anybody customer Apple products were born with the desire and enthusiasm to build a brand of agricultural products, clean, safe, quality, to bring safety to consumer. After a long period of strict implementation of cultivation until now, Nathalie has won the trust of consumer. However, there have been cases of using email and brand imitation for the purpose of profiteering, which has caused the business a headache and has to find solutions to overcome the above situation. Recently, certain e-commerce companies have promoted Nathalie brand image while selling non-Nathalie items. Prior to this issue, the firm got some consumer criticism that the item was of poor quality. Nathalie also made various precautions to safeguard the Nathalie brand, such as making attempts to adhere on its products, packaging, and branding with extremely lean Nathalie information to allow customers to really recognize the products and direct consumers to buy goods at the company arrest or fear or the urgent. The distributor has signed a collaboration agreement in order to reduce the possibility of purchasing the incorrect goods. Another distinctive TayNinhTV product is rice paper, which previously had several manufacturing facilities, mostly in the old style. Thus, productivity and quality were not up to expectation. TayNinhTV company courageously engaged in acquiring machinery, using low production technology to manufacture the best good and fast earn the trust of customers, with the ambition to deliver TayNinhTV rice paper to local and overseas customers. However, this corporation must deal with the problem of counterfeiting items and brings in big quantity. Despite the fact that Packaging design and picture have been constantly enhanced. It is unavoidable that will be counterfeited.
Mà sản phẩm tự nhiên được bán thị trường thì rất nhiều đơn vị hay
When
là
the
các
new
cơ
products
sở
are
họ
shown
nhái
on the
bao bì sản
market,
phẩm của
many
mình
units and
thì ít nhiều cũng
establishments imitate
ảnh hưởng
our
tới
products
uy tín
packaging,
của bản
which
thân công
more
ty
or less
và
affect our
chưa kể là ảnh
company
hưởng tới chất lượng bên
reputation,
trong, có thể
and
ảnh
not
hưởng
to
tới sức khỏe
mention
của
the
người tiêu dùng.
impact of
Và cái mẫu
consumer
được giá
health.
nhiều nhất
The most
là cái
imitated
mẫu
model
này. Cái mẫu
is
này
this one,
là cái
which is
mẫu
the
mà
first
đầu
one
tiên
that
xây
we
dựng
built
đầu tiên
from the
từ hồi
very
là cơ sở
beginning.
ban
On the
đầu là
design
cơ
of
sở
everything that
về
is
thiết
so
kế
simple
mọi
up to
thứ thì đơn
display
vị
that
giữ
is
nguyên
be
cái thiết bị này,
easy
thành
to
ra là
copy. If
làm dễ
customer
dàng.
use the
Nếu
products
quý khách
on the
hàng mà người
packaging
tiêu
of
dùng
TayNinhTV,
có
there is
sử
certain
dụng
marks
sản Tân
is
thì
distinguished
ở trên bao bì
the
Tân Nhiên
real
nó có những
products.
cái
The most
dấu nhất định
recognizable
để
here
phân biệt
is the
thành
word
phẩm.
TayNinhTV
Thì
real products next
dễ
to the
được biết thì
production
nhắc thì
date.
ở đây thì mình có một
Next,
chữ là
we
sản
have
phẩm
the
Tân
old
Nhiên
cup map
ở
read.
dưới cái ngày sản xuất và sử dụng.
Furthermore, fashion firms are also the victims of counterfeit items, copycat goods, intellectual property infringement, including painted hat.
Về cái vấn đề
We are
mà liên
currently
quan tới
further
hàng giả,
improving the
hàng nhái
quality of our products,
thì
and all of our products are engraved
nói
with
sơn,
logos
nâng cao hơn
and
nữa cái
trademarks.
vấn đề chất
We
lượng
also use the official
và đưa lên hàng
media
đầu,
channels to
và các
propagate
cái
the
sản phẩm của
message
Nón Sơn
about
đều
real
phải
and
có
fake goods to
logo,
consumers.
nhãn hiệu của Nón
And this is
Sơn khác lên,
also
phải
one
thông
of the
qua
long-term
những
steps
báo
of
đài chính
our
thống
company.
tuyên truyền những cái thông điệp
So,
phân
the
biệt
problem
sản
of
phẩm hàng giả
counterfeit goods
đến với
will
người
be
tiêu dùng.
eliminated
Và
and
đó là
hard to
một trong những
market.
cái bước lâu dài.
To accomplish results in the battle against fraud, counterfeiting, and intellectual property enrichment, as well as to establish a transparent business environment, is required to collaborate with the concerted force of functional force and enterprise. The manufacture of counterfeit items and counterfeit commodities is getting increasingly complex. I believe the state should quickly enact illicit legislation in the form of harsh punishment so that subjects no longer dare to conceive.
That's all for today's TTV News. Thanks for watching and see you next time.